Hey everyone, Dale here with Pacific Sun Technologies. Today, we're going to be at the California Solar Power Expo. I'm excited to give you an inside look into what manufacturers are bringing out for 2019 and 2020. So stay tuned and check out these interviews. Hey everyone, so we're out here with Salaria. I'm going to be talking with James. He's a rep for the area. He's actually come out to our office and I've met with him before. This guy is awesome. We love this module. Well, maybe not this 360 watt panel, but their 325 and their 335, when they were producing it, our customers loved it. You know who you are if you bought them. And sadly, those got discontinued, but for good reason, because now they're producing this amazing 360 watt panel. Now, if you don't already know, Salaria is a US manufacturer, I believe, correct? Mm-hmm. And they own a lot of unique patents in the industry when it comes to solar. So there's not a bunch of little cells on this, there's 20 of these rectangles, which is amazing. And they act independently from each other. So if one gets shaded, it doesn't affect the rest of the panel. So you get the maximum performance when it comes to these modules. And when it comes to price, these will beat any LG or Panasonic with price, efficiency, and wattage. So I'm going to pass it over to James because I think he's got a lot more information about this new module that I want you to hear from him.
Thanks, Dale. Another important one is the aesthetics. A big part of the technology was removing a lot of the things that are a fault with traditional modules, those being the ribbon wires and bus bars, and why we did this rectangular pattern. Since the inception of this round of Salaria, which Salaria has been in business for 20 years, and mainly in the utility space, but we saw a gap in the residential market, and we saw where we could reimagine and re-engineer a traditional solar module to deliver higher performance, far better aesthetics with superior technology for less price. And that's kind of the cornerstone of Salaria, is we pride ourselves on that kind of innovation, is taking something that we know is not its highest form and getting it there. And as Dale mentioned, as with every progress in any technology, you have to start somewhere, and that's where we had our 300, 315, 325, 330, 345, and continued up. And there's a lot of method to our madness. And the main function of us proceeding so rapidly in power bin is that we're in this industry of kind of a David versus Goliath. We are a U.S. manufacturer, been in the solar industry for 20 years. But the segment we're entering, the residential and small commercial, is dominated by a lot of the huge Asian companies who've been doing this a long time,
right,
and kind of rest on their laurels and their brand.
And one thing that you have over them is you promote a 25-year warranty.
Correct.
I mean, that's not something you're seeing the bigger manufacturers offer that, but companies like jinkosolar, Hanwha qcells, what are some other ones? Solar World, Canadian Solar, they don't offer a 25-year full warranty, not just on performance. You see that across the industry, but on the product itself. And that's something that a lot of customers need to remember, is that having a full coverage of a 25-year warranty on the performance and the product is really important on the product, and then what the company is actually able to offer. Because if you can offer that, then obviously that's a great product. They know they're not gonna be having any issues with it.
Certainly, and we wanted to also tie that into our own legacy. As I mentioned, we've been in this business 20 years, and that's not typically the norm. In the utility space, we use the same processes, the same principles to build those modules. We have those deployed many gigawatts, which in rooftop terms is hundreds of thousands. we have very few, if any, problems, so we can stand by that warranty. A lot of companies that offer a 10, 12, 15, 20-year warranty, they've been in business 3, 5, 7 years.
Yeah.
We actually have this field-tested equipment out there, so we know our processes can withstand a 25-year, treatment on a roof. So it's.
And then the availability of this panel, specifically, because you're only producing the 355, which is in partnership with Enphase Energy, so it's got a microinverter built into the module.
Correct.
And then it's going to be this new 360 watt.
Yes.
And then so I know the 355s are available. When will this be available for our customers?
So, kind of as we speak, we've rolled out our newest lines of shipments. So pretty much every distribution partner that you dealt with in the past should have pretty ample supply for the remainder of the year.
Awesome.
Kind of an exciting bit, speaking of progressing in power bins, by the time we hit the beginning of Q4, we'll have our 370 watt module.
Wow.
And our AC module will be a 365. So we just keep pushing the envelope. Our goal, and we don't hide it, is by the beginning of next year, we'd like to be in a 400 watt in a 60 cell frame in this same frame.
That's amazing. It's a little bit wider than your traditional panel, but the fact that it's so aesthetically pleasing, you don't need as many because it's 360 watts, not 295 or 305. You're getting a lot more power, a lot better efficiency. The efficiency, it's like 21%?
It's close.
20.9?
Yeah, right.
And I think LG's 360 watt Neon R is 21.2.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and you're definitely cheaper than that.
Significantly cheaper, yeah.
Yes.
Plus, that's a blue cell on a white backsheet.
Right.
We are as
all
pure black as you can
and
get.
that's amazing because LG says on their neon blacks they lose efficiency on the black background, and that's why they like the white sheeting. Mm-hmm. So, you know what, James? It was a pleasure. Thanks for interviewing with us.
Thanks, Dale.
We can't wait to offer this to our customers again.
Good deal.
Thanks. Okay.
All right. Well, thanks for stopping by the booth, guys. We're here at the San Diego Solar Expo. We're talking about our new tile replacement product called KO, right, for knockout. And we'll get to the knockout part in a second, but what I want to talk about first is the base, and that's really the beginning of the story. The base is a single lag base, right, instead of double lag, dual lag, so you're actually cutting the number of penetrations by half compared to some of our competitors that have 2 lags. It's also smaller and has no moving parts. Less material, less time to install. Basically, it attacks the cost equation on both sides, both on labor and materials. So we're looking to have this be a very cost-effective solution. But that's not all. One of the things, again, we'll focus on the base and the L-foot. The base itself has this EPDM cone-shaped washer here with a receiver, an equivalent size receiver at the other side. So these things actually go together and fit very snugly and tightly. And what's going to happen is as you can see by this penetration right here, it actually has a cone-shaped protrusion on the flashing itself. So that gets sandwiched between the washer and the EPDM, or the EPDM washer and the L-foot. Okay? But how do we make that happen? Let's start with a fresh flashing. So this is we actually have 3 tile profiles. This happens to be our flat tile, right? We have an S and a W profile as well.
Oh, you have them for all tiles?
Yeah, for all 3 tile profiles. And it's all the same base, which is 1 SKU. And then the the flashings themselves are the second SKU. So you just order up as many as you need of each one. Okay, so what we've got here is we lift. This is a model to replicate what you'd see on the roof. Typically, what you'd see is the pry bars come underneath the row of tiles up above. You'd remove that one tile. You'd expose the deck and the felt. This has already got the base installed. So again, just to kind of show what you'd be doing, you'd be locating the rafter. You'd be finding the rafter anywhere in this open window. If it happened that the rafter was kind of right at the seam, you would just rotate the base 90 degrees and install it that way.
That's cool.
Right? So it is what we recommend that the all thread be located facing south, east or west, typically not north, right? So what we do is we just, we install it in any direction, typically on a 90-degree angle that way. So you lag it in. Now, when we tested these are all UL tested according to ironridge standards and have our full 25-year warranty. What we typically do is we tested it without any additional water sealant other than the compression of the base itself. right, against the felt. So what we do, we always recommend a little water sealant, a little sealant down the pilot hole to lubricate the lag, make sure it doesn't split the rafter. You snug it into the proper torque spec, and then you're ready to go, right? Now you're ready to install the flashing. Flashing actually installs quite simply, just kind of fits underneath one side right there. I'm actually gonna center it a little bit, it actually kind of does it a little nicer if I do it like that, right? You could run a Beta sealant along the top if you wanted. There's butyl tape as well that can be run. You could even three-course it if you had the inclination to be extremely, conservative on your water sealing methodology. But basically the methodology is up to the installer. This then presses in, fits into the side, and as I'm pressing down on it a little bit with a little bit of weight, you're seeing a little dimple. I don't know if you can see that on the camera or not, but there's actually a little dimple being created just with a little bit of pressure that's being created. Now that tells us exactly where the all-thread wants to come through. So instead of actually having to line up where a pre-drilled hole is and having to kind of eyeball it and get it all just right, this installs quite quickly. You take your L-foot, you set it directly over top of the dimple. One flash, one knock with the hammer. Then you have your EPDM washer. This is a fairly used L-foot, so this is a little bit more of a newer looking one that doesn't have all the scratches on it. And your nut. I'm going to zap that down with an impact or a battery drill motor. Get it to the right torque spec. Nice and tight. And you are solid. You can form these a little bit if need be. Typically, sometimes you might need to press this down a little bit so that it doesn't push down too much. Boom. You release the pry bars.
Right.
You're now solid. Right? You're done.
Right.
It's a great product. Installers are loving it. A little bit of a learning curve with the hammer because, as we know, installers aren't finished carpenters. So, just getting your fingers off to the sides instead of holding it like this and trying to hammer is kind of a key part. But it's been a great user experience so far. It does cut the costs and the time.
Hey everyone, so we're out here at Humless. This is a newer battery storage solution that we stumbled across, and they have a really unique, innovative way of giving you battery backup power. I'm with Anthol, and he's going to be explaining a little bit in detail of what their battery solution does, how it works, and maybe even later on, we're gonna be doing a video that they have a trailer that's fully powered off of their system and solar. And we're gonna show that to you, but that'll be another video. So, Athol, I'll let you take on from here.
Okay. This is just a demo unit with a screen to show what we actually do. As a company, because people have different power requirements, we've actually separated the inverter from the battery.
Okay.
So for example, you have an inverter at the top that we can stack, and we have batteries you can stack.
So it's modular.
It's modular, and you don't need any new software upgrades or new equipment. You just add onto it.
Okay. Is there a maximum capacity?
Yeah, we go to container load sizes.
Okay,
so,
you can go very large then.
Yeah, extremely big.
Okay.
The beauty of our system is we not only offer an inverter on the top end, but we offer a PLC which controls all of that. Our system allows you to basically keep the solar running when the grid is down.
Okay.
It allows power shaving, which means at the time when electricity is the cheapest,
for time
you
of
can charge
use.
it for
Yes.
time of use. We do end-of-line support.
Okay.
Okay, which means if you have bad power, you can have that coming in.
All right.
And then we don't care what battery you use.
So you can integrate with any type of battery. It doesn't have to be your own.
We can use lead acid, we can use lithium, we can use AGM, gel, any kind of battery or a combination.
Okay.
In our system. So that means if people already have a big battery system, but they got no control.
So your inverter is for the solar and the batteries? Or do you have two, so it's an all-in-one kind of solution?
Yes, our inverter is a voltage source inverter. The inverters on solar systems are current source.
Right.
Okay. And so basically, if you want to run 24/7, We also have additional outlets which allow critical load panels to operate. And we have a dozen settings that come in that are fairly easy to function. And this is basically the customer's screen.
Is there a remote app or web?
Yes,
web access?
there's a web access, and the app should be out by October this year.
Okay. And now, what's the total amp outputs? Would it be able to power a house indefinitely, whether it was on grid or off grid during your power outage? Does it have enough startup power for like a 60 amp, say, air conditioner?
Yes. What happens is you size the inverter. We got 3 different kinds.
Okay.
4, 7, and 8.5 kVA inverter.
All right.
And that would feed the critical load panel. And on the 8.5, for example, you've got 125 amps at 120 volts.
Okay.
Okay, and its peak is 12,000 watts, so it can take spikes.
Wow. So it can really provide an ample amount of power.
Yes.
What is your discharge rate? I mean, can you discharge it as fast as you consume the power?
Okay, we have controls to prevent the customer doing that.
Gotcha.
Because a lot of people forget that this is meant to last till tomorrow.
Right.
Okay, to get you through the night. So we have controls that actually control the usage so that you don't use everything now and you've got nothing left for tonight.
So what is your current availability for the product? Is it available for customers, say, tomorrow or in a month?
It's 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay.
This is manufactured in America.
All right.
Our offices are in Linden, Utah.
Awesome.
Okay, it comes with warranties.
What is the warranty on the batteries? Is it a cycle?
The batteries are normally 4,000 cycle lithium batteries.
Are they iron phosphate or just lithium ion?
They're lithium iron phosphate.
Okay.
Okay. And then of course we have the warranty on the voltage source inverter is normally 5 years.
Okay.
But because of our controls that basically fence it and protect it, we're able to get up to 10 years on that.
Okay. That's really good. And the availability is now, I guess. And
6 to 8 weeks, yeah.
Cool. And then you guys, you said you were going to another location, and then we could arrange for you to come out and you could show us your trailer.
Yes, we got a meeting with a big distributor in Utah, so I've got to take the truck back there.
Okay.
But afterwards, I will be coming down. So basically, watch the space. We'll show you a live demonstration of all the features in an actual working environment.
Awesome.
Which will make a big difference. But thank you so much, Dale.
Thank you. We are excited. We'll get certified with you guys. I know you have some certification courses. We're happy to do that. And then I can't wait to check out your trailer.
Okay, not a problem. Thanks for stopping by.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Okay, so we're out here with Sense. They're actually at the California Solar Power Expo, which is awesome because we've been a partner with Sense for about a year now, wouldn't you say, Vince? So I'm going to meet with Vince. He's our partner account manager. I'm not 100% sure, but this guy's awesome. He knows a lot about the product. If you don't already know about Sense, Sense is an energy monitoring platform that we use in conjunction with solar to allow consumers to monitor the energy they actually consume in their home. And what Sense does is it uses machine learning technology to identify what is actually consuming that power. And it's able to do that by looking at electricity on a microscopic level and seeing the electricity in these signature waves. It's really cool. I'm going to let Vince talk a little bit more about that. But yeah, we're excited they're here. So here's Vince.
So here's the Sense app running live here. This is a real home in Boston. And what you're seeing here, you get your instantaneous solar production in this home. In this case, it's about 3,600 watts or 3.6 kilowatts. We have a really good visual platform, so you can see these big bubbles. It's just showing relative power either being produced or consumed. So in the case of solar, again, that 3,600 watts being produced. And the home, they're at work right now, not a lot going on. They're only using 200 watts in the home. And it's represented by these other smaller bubbles. In this case, they have an always-on load. A lot of people call this the phantom load. This is actually a brand new feature we have. You can click in and see not only what your always-on load compares to other people in your area, but you can see what actual devices are using that always-on load.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So it's identifying them in that area.
Yeah. So this is new as of like 2 weeks ago, so this is brand new. Another feature that a lot of people love is you can set goals and budgets for your energy use, similar to how you do with like money. So you can say,
what differentiates those two is
I want to set my usage at the end of the month to be under 900 kWh. Maybe you don't speak in energy terms, so you can change it to dollars too. Your bill's $900, you probably have a lot going on, but it will tell you what you use. So in this case, the home on average uses about $66 per month. So we can set that goal up. So I would say normally
$50.
66. Yeah, let's put it at $50. We can set that goal up.
all kinds of stuff
That's pretty neat.
not like my competition.
And I have my new goal.
Project manager. What are you doing?
And here we go. We're near the end of the month, or I've already used $49 out of $50 for the month. So I'm
I don't think you're going to meet that goal.
Yeah, not this month.
This month. So what are some new things that are going to be coming out with Sense? Because I know there's been some stuff for partners like ourselves on the fleet side, but also for consumers, right?
Yes, we have a lot. We always have a new feature on the horizon.
Anything you can share about any of the new
certain
features?
things. So we do a lot of integrations. I'll pull those up. My home, connected devices. So right now we integrate with Amazon Alexa, the Google Assistant, smart speakers, Philips Hue smart lights. We've just recently added Wemo smart plugs.
Oh,
So
cool.
you can control devices directly from Sense, turn them on and off, or if something's not being detected quick enough, they'll detect immediately through the smart plug.
So I got an interesting question because we've installed this on a couple houses that had either a SolarEdge EV charger, inverter, and battery storage.
Okay.
Now the Sense kind of gets a little confused because the solar CTs are only for the solar. Do you guys have any plans to add battery charging in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. So we absolutely are going to integrate with batteries. Right now, the battery landscape is evolving quickly and changing. So we're planning soon to when that's going to happen. You'll have more news in 2019 on
Okay.
what that's going to
Well, at
be.
least you're doing it. I mean, that's awesome. I know you guys got another. You had some investment from Schneider Electric, correct?
Right, yeah.
That's amazing to have such a large manufacturer in the electrical industry provide that. Are they looking to like make their panels smart with your product? Because that would be really cool to have smart breakers. I think that's what we're missing in this industry.
Yeah, I think that's where the future lies, where eventually this product would be a retrofit product only. And for new panels, this technology wouldn't require the hardware. It would be built directly into
It would
the
be
panels.
built right into
You
it.
would just simply download the app on your phone and connect.
That'd be so awesome.
Yeah, no installation required.
Well, I appreciate meeting with us, Vince. It's great to see you over here at the California Solar Expo. We're excited to be a partner. I mean, we've been a partner, and our customers love the product. So it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Great talking with you.
We're out here again with Pika Energy. We saw them back in 2018. We actually spoke with Jeremy back in 2018 at this same expo. It wasn't this same location, but it was at the California Solar Power Expo. So we're here again to talk to Jeremy about some changes Pika Energy has made going into 2019 and for the future. We're talking 2020, of course. So obviously we have some projects in the pipeline. We have a 34.2 kilowatt hour Pika Energy storage system being installed in Los Angeles County. It's a great product. We love it. We have a couple other projects that are being installed in Murrieta and Temecula. They're going to be smaller, but they're really cool. The customers love the all-in-one concept, and us as installers love it as well. Plus, they're backed by Panasonic, who's making the batteries, which is phenomenal. I mean, it's a great product all around. So, Jeremy, if you want to give us some more insight on the new and improved version of the Pika Energy Harbor and Islanding Inverter, that'd be awesome.
Totally, yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Hey, you're welcome.
So, Jeremy Niles, Marketing Manager at Pike Energy, and new in 2019 is what we're calling the multi-module Harbor. So this is allowing you to now configure a Harbor smart battery as low as 3 modules for 8.5 kilowatt hours of storage, all the way up to 6 modules for 17.1 kilowatt hours of storage, and anything in between. So this means that if you have a customer who, say, can't spring the upfront cost of a 17.1 kilowatt hour battery, you can offer them an entry-level solution, get them in the door with 3 modules,
Right.
and upgrade that system over time.
If they even need that
If
much.
they even need that. Yeah, let's say that they have experienced a couple power outages and determine that they need more capacity. you can now offer that as a solar installer.
And you guys have the ability to do whole home backup with the auto transfer switch from Generac, right?
That's
the
right.
200 amp. A lot of people don't realize that, but when you're thinking about whole home backup or just backup power in general, it tends to be focused more on a critical loads panel. If you want the whole home, there are more components involved, and it's nice to know that at least Pika is integrated with some form of auto transfer switch for that whole home.
That's
and it's
right.
able to provide enough power for it.
That's right.
Now, are you guys, I know last year there was some discussion in regards to possible generator integration. Is that something still on the table?
It's still on the table, but we're not releasing anything quite yet.
Okay.
But keep your ears open. There's
All
going to
right.
be some exciting stuff coming down the pipe.
Awesome. Has anything changed with the inverter? Because it looks a little smaller than last year.
No, this inverter is still the exact same size, but it might be because it's wearing a nice new black outfit here, actually.
Oh.
And that could be what you're.
I like the color.
Yeah, the
it's
color's
more
nice.
subtle.
It's a little bit more subtle. But yeah, this is the same thing. So what you're looking at here is actually the 3-phase 208
Oh, that's the
volt
3-phase
version,
Oh, okay.
which is good for 11.4 kilowatts of throughput.
Wow.
So this is going to be ideal for your light commercial customers, say like gas stations, fast food restaurants, that deal with a lot of demand charges and have a major component of their energy bill made up in demand. You can connect this inverter to that customer with, say 1 or 2 batteries on the DC side, and expect to negate all of those demand charges, and you might cut that customer's bill in half or better.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Any changes with the PV links at all? Are these things getting any smaller? I mean, this is still a beefy piece of hardware to put on
It's
the
still
roof.
a beefy piece of hardware, but what's important to remember is that this is actually doing the job of, anywhere between 2 and 8 solar optimizers from one of our competitors.
Right.
Because this is controlling strings between 2 and 9 modules in most cases.
So what's the maximum modules for Panasonic panels? Like
6. Because they're very high performance, they're very high voltage.
But we could actually connect 1 to each one of these too because of their voltage input, right?
If you wanted to, sure.
They're the only panel that can do that.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really cool.
That would be I don't think that would be cost effective, but
Yeah, I don't
you can
think so
certainly do
either.
it. I'll tell you what is new though, is this product right here. This is Snap RS, and this is a rapid shutdown solution
Oh.
for use with our system. This is basically a solid state switch that gets placed in between each module in series on the input side of the PV link. And this allows for NEC 2017 rapid shutdown compliance in a very elegant fashion.
Was the optimizer not originally compliant with the Rule 21?
So the way that NEC 2017 works
Yeah.
is that you need to have a 80 volt maximum voltage within the array.
Right.
And so when you shut down the PV link, the sum of all these voltages may still be in excess of 80 volts.
Okay.
And so what this device does is it brings that down.
Okay. Interesting. That's
Yeah.
a cool product, and that is available right now.
This is coming out
Okay.
in June.
Okay.
Yeah.
In June. Awesome. Perfect.
Yeah.
Anything else new with the battery at all, or your partnership with Panasonic? Can we expect bigger batteries? Or
This is basically it. This is all we have announced at this point, but I would definitely expect exciting new things in the future.
awesome. Well, we appreciate it meeting with you again, Jeremy.
Yeah,
we
thanks,
love the
Dale.
product. Our customers love it too. So until next year, I guess.
Until next year, yeah.
Well, that's it for this episode. But we've got to interview with a lot of great manufacturers here at the California Solar Power Expo. Now, these are some of the events going on in 2020. We're definitely going to be trying to make it to the San Francisco event next year. If not, we will be back out here in San Diego for the much bigger solar power event. So we're excited to have you see what was going on this year, and we can't wait to show you some more information for next year. So thanks for watching. Be sure to hit that like button and subscribe.